Hello everyone and welcome to the second lecture in the series of lectures on project management. Your faculty is Dr. Suchitra Shrivastava, professor in the Department of MBA in the SAGE group of institutions. So let us understand what is project management. Project management is the application of knowledge, skills, tools, and techniques to project activities in order to meet project requirements. Now, this definition of project management is given by Project Management Institute. Now, as discussed earlier, the project involves the accomplishment of a given set of unique objectives. Hence, we may understand that project management involves designing, developing, analyzing, and evaluating the methods in order to accomplish the given set of objectives. So, this is a continuous cycle that goes on and on until the project objectives are accomplished. Let us now discuss the project management framework. So basically in this we are going to understand how we are going to manage our resources in order to accomplish the objectives. On the left hand side of the slide you can see that there are the stakeholders' needs and expectations. Now these are the objectives or the guidelines given by the stakeholders or the customers. These objectives have to be accomplished by making use of the project management's team's expertise and the resources. Now we can classify these into 9 core areas. The 9 core areas can be again broadly divided into two types of areas or two specializations. The first are the core functions, which consists of the scope management, time management, cost management, and quality management. So basically these are the core ideas. So once we are looking into the implementation of the project, we have to see that the scope of the project is being taken care of. We have to keep in mind that the time duration does not exceed beyond a certain limit, or that we have to keep proper control over the time management aspect of the project. The next is the cost aspect, that is, we have to make use of our resources optimally. The next core area is quality management, that is, we need to ensure that quality is being taken care of during the implementation of the project. Now, what are the facilitating factors? The facilitating factors are the basically the management aspects that are again going to be taken care of. For example, the HR management, the communication management, the risk management, the procurement management. Now, these are the facilitating aspects that, for example, the HR management is going to ensure that we have adequate manpower in order to accomplish the objectives. That is, we have the manpower in adequate numbers and they do possess the requisite amount of skills. Next is the communication management, wherein one has to ensure that clear-cut instructions are passed on to the task force. The risk management, that is, once we are making use of our resources, we need to keep in mind the risk factors involved. That is, we need to keep in mind that we have minimum amount of uncertainty involved. Then we have the procurement, that is how we are going to arrange for the different types of resources. Next comes the tools and techniques possessed by the implementation team. Now, generally a project management organization, it does not have only one project in mind. They may be working on several projects at a given time. And this is reflected in the right side of the slide where you see the project portfolio. So by making use of all these resources, one may accomplish several projects at a time. And once this is done, this leads to the success of the enterprise. Let us now discuss the advantages of project management. The first is better control of financial, physical, and human resources. The next is improved customer relations. The third is shorter development times. The next is lower costs. Now, how do we minimize costs? By making optimal utilization of our resources. Next, higher quality and increased reliability. So here again we are going to minimize the element of risk. The next is higher profit margins. Next is improved productivity. The following points are better internal coordination among the different task groups and higher worker morale. Now, you can apply project management to many areas. For example, you can apply it to work as well as personal projects. You may apply to many different disciplines, for example, IT, the construction works. It can be applied in the finance field, in sports, in event planning, etc. The next is that project management skills can help one achieve their targets in daily life. Thank you all for your patient learning. We will discuss more about projects and project management in the following lectures.